People people always say me and my older brother Terry look alike. When to me it's like, really he looked like my mom and I look like my mom too, and that's really why I say people say that. But more importantly, my brother is a Smith and I am a Smiley. So we have different fathers. His father cool, I get along with him, but he ain't my dad. But even his father laughs and says it's amazing how much you two look alike, even though, you have different fathers. What's my point? Smith traits versus Smiley traits. I pay a lot of attention to detail, and even my brother's son doesn't get that about me, who's also a Smith, of course. I notice they sweat on their nose a lot. My Smith relatives, which is only my two older brothers. So my brother Terry, like he could be sitting there playing backgammon or playing chess or whatever he playing. If he under a light, man, you see them little water droplets on his nose and shit. So that's something Smileys do not do. I could be drunk as hell, y'all, and you will not see me sweating on my nose. There's certain parts of my body and face that just you won't see no sweat. So I sweat like to me like a normal person. I sweat on my forehead and on my neck. Like it's been a lot of that lately since it's been 85 and up here in Michigan. So it's been a lot of neck sweat. I'll be laying in the bed sweating on my neck, then I have to plug the fan up and shit like that. On top of the air conditioning already being on, because we just paid a good penny to get that shit fixed. So the air conditioning it feel great down here right now. Even without the air conditioning, the basement is the coldest place in the house. It's the best place to be. This is why when I live with my sister and she like, you staying in the basement, I'm like, that's great. That's where I want to stay. That's the biggest room in the house. And it's always it's the spot for me. That's where I prefer to be. Even though in her basement there were no windows. There are two windows down here. Even though, I ain't smoking down here anyway. I do that. I'm getting sidetracked. So the point is if when chicks try to pin babies on me, I make it clear that that could be one of my brother's babies, but it ain't my baby. Like I'll acknowledge that look more like my nephew than my son. Cause you never know with me and Terry, since me and him have very similar taste in women, unlike my other brother Jack. So I just let it be known that's a Smith baby, that's not a Smiley baby. So I'll pay attention to their traits, so I know not to get got. Because we have very strong family genes. I don't think I can get got. I've had 8 accusations, but nothing solid. So women have tried to pin babies on me. That's why I personally don't block them on Facebook, because sometimes they just be saying they pregnant, and then they be like, okay, well we'll wait and see what the baby look like, and so that's why I don't block them. I'll delete them, but I won't block them. So later on, I be then went back and like, let's see what them so-called kids that was supposed to be mine look like, and it don't never look like me. And it ain't even just they be dark skinned and stuff, because I've had multiple dark skinned grandfathers. It's possible, but even if a baby dark skinned, it would still have to look like me, like facial wise. Other than that, I'm gonna say hell no. Nah.